What I'm about to break down is one of the most simple, but yet most vital 26 pieces that you could get as a perimeter player from who I believe should have been the conference finals MVP in Caleb Martin. So let's get straight to it. Now, what Caleb Martin does is space the floor, play off the spot up, but he also does a great job of rebounding, and right here, offensive rebounding. So notice how he's able to set up his positioning as the shot goes up and in accordance to the shot clock. So with the shot clock winding down, he knows Strus is about to get a shot up, so he gets himself in position to rebound and gets between the rim and Jaylen Brown. So now he's in a great position to get this offensive board and the second chance points. Great job rebounding. And now right here, notice how he's going to be able to get his rhythm, right? Second bucket of the game. First was that layup. Now it's a spot up three. He's going to take a minimal amount of dribbles to be able to get his buckets this game. And I want you to notice this to start. He had that layup. He had that three. And now he's coming back in transition, right? And that play right there is all made by Max Strus. Even though Max Strus was the shooter and that he may be the person that you would want to spot up in transition, he cuts through to take away that defender on that right side and leave Caleb Martin open for a three. Now he got himself another three. Notice how he's about to build his rhythm. And that sprint out right there, always getting out in space in the floor. Like he does in the half court, he also does it in transition. And he made that whole play himself. This whole play was made by Martin's sprint out. Because say Martin didn't decide to sprint out, right? He would not leave this wing right here open for Kyle Lowry to be able to go and attack. If he just jogs up the floor, he'll be side by side with Lowry. So that makes Williams going to be side by side as well. And there's no space for Lowry to be able to go and attack the rim. But now he gets to that corner. Lowry has a whole lane, makes a play for Strus as he's cut into the rim. Now Lowry, once again, just something I wanted to peep, because this is really a gem that you should take and apply to your own game, is being able to hang the ball when you're making decisions. So right here, right, comes off the screen left. Notice how long the ball's about to be in his hand after this dribble. Right there on that left. You see how long it was in his hands? That whole time, he was just reading the floor, waiting for that gap to open up on that Robinson cut. And then as soon as he seen the gap, he was able to throw it. A lot of players like to continuously dribble, but if you continuously dribble, that ball has to get up back to your hand for you to make that pass. If you hang it, as soon as you see that gap, boom, you can throw that pass right in there. And then Duncan Robinson began a lot of cuts this playoffs. He's been working on his finishing, I could tell. And this right here by Caleb Martin. This is literally the most dribbles you've seen him take in the half court. Because he had to get a shot up, late shot clock. That's the most dribbles you're going to see him take. Everything else he's going to do, he's going to keep it simple. Watch, because we're going to continuously look at all his buckets. Boom, pump fake, showed his eyes, two dribble attack, got the lay. Now peep Horford and White though. Miscommunication, right? And so as defenders who miscommunicate, they're going to go react and overstep to recover for their mistakes. But now it's two of them. So now they take this long step out. They're not able to change direction. Now he just has his lane to go and attack. Easy buckets. A lot of these buckets are just so simple, bro. Anybody could do it, and everybody should be able to do it. And now right here by Miami, this is really what allowed them to win this game. Their composure playing on the road. Because notice how patient this whole possession is, right? Nothing's forced. They're just playing a regular offense. If you took this play right here, blacked out the crowd, took out the noise, it'll look exactly like they're just playing a regular play in practice. They're not allowing the crowd to dictate their pace, which allowed them to be able to execute throughout this game. And once again, Martin, peep him, right? Positioning himself to be able to crash the glass. You saw how we drifted down just a little bit? That angle is all he needed. Now Pete Martin, but also Pete Bam, right? He's going to screen Tatum. Gives Martin an easy chance to get into the dribble pull-up. Martin keeps it simple like he always does. But this is a great play by Bam. So peep this. Bam's going to come down, screen Tatum. And instead of trying to put himself in a position where he could score, he sets the screen to allow another one of his teammates who are going and is actually scoring for them to be able to score. So this is just another unselfish play by Miami, which is all they do. Play unselfishly and play to win. So, great play by Bam. Now right here, Martin. Remember that last dribble pull-up? That two dribble pull-up? He's about to start playing in layers. So this time, instead of taking that catch, two dribble pull-up straight into a jumper, he takes his catch, two dribbles, spins away because his defender cut him off, and now he gets it to a spin fade. And now it's like, okay, that's kind of a difficult shot. But when you've already hit a shot from every single level at this point, it's going to make these tough shots even easier because you already have a flow and you already got the rhythm. So Martin's ability to gain his rhythm throughout this game was vital. Oh, man. Bam was sneaking up the place. I'll tell you, bro. Bam was sneaking up the place, but they still got the win regardless. I tell you, bro, it's just so simple. Off the spot up, pump fake, one dribble, escape dribble, shot. It's just so simple. So many players could be effective doing the same thing, working on the same stuff. But what do they want to do? They want to be so fancy. They want to have all the dribble packages. They want to do what's cute. But they don't even care about how it's going to result in terms of the outcome of the game and only care about how it looks like. A lot of players would be in such better positions if they just kept the game simple instead of just trying to always do what's cute and do the things you see Harden and these other guys doing. Keep the game simple and play your role. And now right here at Martin, 9 seconds left. A lot of players, once again, they also do get into this habit of when there's not a lot of time left on the clock, they'll go and pass the ball up and give it to somebody else because they don't want to mess up their own field goal percentage. But if you realize this is a chance for you to be able to go and score without having your coach to yell in your ear because now you have to force up a shot, you could be able to take the best shot you can, whatever shot you want at this point, damn near. And so as the clock begins to wind down, he essentially just throws a bomb on himself and trusts himself to get a bucket. And he got it. And then Tatum with that smoke, right? It's tough. And right there by Duncan Robinson, right? Same unselfish play just like Max Strus did before, where instead of him trying to go get the three and spot up, he cuts through to draw the attention of the defense and leaves Martin open for the three. So peep this once again. Notice how this is going to change the whole spacing and ability for Boston to play transition defense. Williams goes through, so now it's essentially White worrying about Martin and Butler, who's about to exfil back to this corner. And so White steps back because he sees Butler over there and he's unsure of who he needs to pick up. And now Martin gets all the room that he needs. Knocks down that three from the top. And on top of Martin, you know, Miami also had another MVP on their squad, which was number 7 right there, Mr. Jaylen Brown. Man, he was MVP. 8 turnovers? Boy, you helped out Miami a lot. 8? Anybody get, what, 295? Hey, he's a great player. But we need to see some playoff improvement from Jaylen Brown if the Celtics want to be able to go anywhere. Tatum was out. Everybody, so now it was Jaylen Brown's time to step up to the plate. It was his time to be that number 1 player. But guess what? He wasn't there. Now, if the Heat in the finals, me personally, I want to see Jimmy be able to get that ring. But if I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to see Jimmy get that ring. On the fact that, 1, Bam has had tremendous struggles guarding Jokic and has a 2-10 record against him on his career and hasn't beaten Jokic in 3 years. And 2, the Nuggets are the more skilled and more talented team, but also they're just as consistent as the Miami Heat. So for me, that's enough to say, okay, they got the edge, and also mix that in with the home court. But the series is not going to be no easy 4-0 sweep, and the Heat, we still can't count them out because what they do have the edge in is a mentality, which is how they've got this far, being the underdogs, being consistent, and continuing to fight. So the series is not over. Don't get too ahead of yourself, and we'll only know in due time. So that's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, turn on those notifications, hit those links in the descriptions, go follow so we can chop it up on stream about how the series is going to turn out, and we out of here.